Dudan just changing the whole tone of the ball game, and then had become a pretty wild, sloppy ball game.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it was back and forth. And I mean, they went up 6-1, and we scratched one, but have a chance to get a couple more. I think Heavy hit a hard ground ball up the middle, give their guy good position. He makes a good play with the bases loaded to keep it from being 6-4. So it's going back and forth. Then they tack one on with 2 outs. We turn down the play, but the guy gets a third, and they get a 2-out hit to make it 7-2. And you know, our guys, I think y'all were talking to Sosa as I walked in. Our at bats, our at bats are so much better. I mean, you gotta always give the credit to the players. I mean, it starts with the players. They're the ones that put the work in. They're the ones that are here every day. They're the ones that have to make a decision on listening or not listening. And sometimes they get information from too many places, and it's hard to, at a young age to decipher what you want to stick with. But Chris Hart and Bo Robinson put so much time in. It's unbelievable the amount of time studying film, up here, talking to the players in the cage, on the field, and our plate approaches are so different today than they were even probably a month ago, and certainly better than the beginning of the season. And quality arms out there. I mean, it's a 13-11 game, but you in the stands. I thought Carlos Rodon was pitching tonight. There's 50 scouts back there tonight when I turned around and looked to start the game, and a good reason why. Couple arms started that game are probably going to be high draft picks, and I thought Fritton threw well. I thought he was unlucky. I thought he had his good stuff, threw well, competed at 15 pitch at bat to Zion didn't help, and but I thought Willie came in and threw good. Got a ground ball just out of DeCricio's reach. Hit a couple guys, was marginal, just barely nicked a couple guys, and I thought Willie came in and threw really good. We need to get him throwing like he did when he was our, weekend starter on a couple runs we've had to Omaha. And then I thought Cam came in and didn't start off great, which is more so how we finished. Makes you feel real good about that because he settled in a little bit, and then Dudan, as you said, he was the old Dudan. Great breaking ball, great fastball, but great confidence, and he was unbelievable.
What have you seen from Dudan the past few weeks that's changed from a confidence standpoint or mechanic standpoint?
I don't think it's confidence. I think this game will. I just told the players downstairs, I don't care if you Shohei Ohtani, Cal Ripken Jr., Barry Bonds, I don't care who you are. This game can make you feel like, I tell a story about Freddie Freeman a few years ago. I showed it. There was a little story on ESPN or something about Freddie Freeman that I showed to our guys at a regional. I think we were at La Tech, and he was saying about packing the game in. I think his wife may have talked him into, that's not who you are, and he was just going through a bad time, right? And now, what was he, last year's MVP, and he's one of the best players in baseball, and this game can just, it can take confidence from the greatest of players, let alone a 20-year-old college player. And if you stick with it, and I heard Sosa say keep your head down and know who you are and just keep working, it can give that confidence back to you just as quickly almost. And just really happy for Dudan because he was so big in our World Series run last year. So I was so happy for him tonight.
Go ahead.
Talking about those at bats, 16 walks, getting ahead in counts early, especially early on, when you're in a back and forth game like this. How important was that for the offense to be able to kind of build off the at bats that it had put up early and be able to keep pace?
It's good because the offense was unbelievable tonight. The offense was unbelievable. The dugout was unbelievable, and you go out and put runs up. And I think I heard Head say one time when they got a couple more runs, hey, let's just keep scoring. I think he turned him a cue and said, let's just keep scoring. But at some point you need somebody coming in and shut things down. That's what Dudan did. So yeah, that was huge. But just so proud of our players. I mean, we're getting there. We're a young team. I told you that all year. But these guys have grown so much and have made so much progress in a league that is so unbelievably tough.
And, with Sosa, I mean, just Sunday, right? Your last big comeback win, he was struggling. You pulled him out, and you had talked about his chase issues a little bit. Today, the quality of that bats, it looked like a different guy. I mean, had you had any kind of conversations with him, or particular things you worked on with him just from last week to this week?
Yeah, we had like Coach Hart and I had probably a 30-minute conversation in Hart's office with him after that, and but you can have conversations. It happens when you go down to the cage and believe in what you want to work on and are committed to what you want to work on. And he and Hart and Bo just went down there and worked since Virginia and worked and worked and worked, and he's committed to something, and it's working out for him right now.
You talked a lot about confidence and how hard it is to win in this league. Going from at the beginning of the season, you guys were ranked, to now being unranked. How's that confidence feeling going? Do you think you could be the best of the best in this league?
So I'm not a ranked guy. I mean, and I'm talking to the guy that does it for a living over here. So I'm not. I think rankings are. I remember Tom O'Brien said one time, rank my recruiting class when they leave here. You know what I'm saying? Not when they come in. It's guesswork for all of us. When we recruit players, we project and we try to get things right. And, we've all missed on players, and we all take players that it didn't work out for whatever reason, and we did take a guy, and you're like, how can I not take that guy, right? And so this is hard. I think rankings, and like I say, this is a guy that does it for a living as well as anybody I know, but I think rankings are a product of the consistency of a program through the years and the respect for that program. So I'll take the beginning of the year rankings, because I know we lost most of our offense and half our ball club, and Sam Highfield and Logan Whitaker, who I talked to at the airport today, who just got bumped up to high A. And we love the rankings, appreciate them, the fans love it. But I was like, Aaron, holy cow, we're so young.
Sandbagger.
We're so young and so new. And it's not just about being young; it's about being new. And you got to figure out this league and figure out where you belong and how to do things, how to play every day. It's hard to play 4 times a week, sometimes 5. We're getting to hop on a plane and go to California Wednesday, and I think we're leaving at like 4 in the morning. And then I think we come back on Easter Sunday at 6 in the morning. And then you got to turn around and play East Carolina on a Tuesday. And then you got the Clemson Tigers coming in. So it's not just about can you play the game, can you handle what these guys have to go through. And you're going to school at the same time. And, oh, by the way, we have exams that weekend as well. So, no, it's there's more going on than meets the eye. And so I'm really proud of where this group is right now, because they have grown probably more than I expected to happen this quickly.
Talking to Alex Sosa, even he seemed a little bit astonished. All these runs, not one of them via the home run. To see how this offense kind of chugged around the bases, I want to ask you specifically about Matt Habner leading the country in sacrifice bunts and finding ways to get runs across a small ball.
He's that player that every ball club wants on their ball club. When he as tragically as it was when Josh Hogue went out of the lineup and Luke Nixon had to move to the outfield last year and Heavy went into second base. He was a big part of us going to Omaha last year. He's so steady, knows who he is, does what he needs to do, stays within himself most of the time, and understands who he is and what he needs to do for this team. Everybody needs to understand what their role is and what they can do to help the team win, and he knows that very well. He's that steady guy that every ball club needs to be successful. I don't care if it's football, basketball, baseball, what sport you're talking about. Everybody needs that guy that they may not be talking about on ESPN every night, but they're talking about in locker rooms everywhere, and in coaching meetings, as he helps us win.
Awesome.
Thank you all.